I stayed a night in this $60,000 Futuristic ADU to see if I would buy one myself. At just 120 square feet, it's basically a tiny home. There's no doubt the design is really cool, but what are the real costs of getting one of these installed? Is it really practical, and would it be a good investment as an Airbnb or a backyard ADU? Let's get into it first with a little tour. So this structure is made by a company called Haus, and this is what they call their Microhaus. They also have a slightly bigger model called the MOne, which we'll get into a little bit later. The Microhaus is the most affordable, starting at just $35,000 for the base model, but this model doesn't come with the kitchenette, the Murphy bed, or the dining area. The fully built out one that you probably would want is actually $60,000, and that's the one that I'm staying in today. So that is the cost for the pod itself, but this doesn't include the cost of land, hooking up utilities, anything like that, which we'll get into later. Alright, let's check in. I wanted to take you guys along with me and really show you the first impressions I had of this place. Oh, wow. Okay, not a ton of options for the suitcase. You can see that this space has a kind of a European, Scandinavian, minimal design. I think it works really well. It feels nice in here. There is technically everything you need to live. Like, it's got a real bathroom with a rainfall shower, teak flooring, and even a little bit of cabinetry with that sink there. I'm a big fan of this light up mirror within the mirror. They really make the most of this small space. I will say the kitchenette is a bit lacking because there isn't a stovetop or oven or anything like that. There's just a microwave and an espresso, so cooking in here would be tough. Although I feel like if I do buy one, I could add an air fryer or one of those single plate stovetops. The kitchen actually had a surprisingly good amount of storage, and there is a little fridge as well and a garbage can. I'm just gonna throw my backpack here. This seems like a good spot for the backpack. Oh! That's just what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna slide it out when I need it and just leave it there so it's kind of out of the way. So cool how the windows go up to the ceiling. I'm obsessed with that. It makes it feel way bigger than 120 square feet. I'm excited to stay the night in here. I feel like it is really cozy, and for a 1 or 2 night stay, kind of perfect. Similar to a hotel room, sort of like those Citizen M hotels. Those kind of feel like pods like this. So okay, well, I am sleeping here, so I think I should probably make the bed. Let's do it. Unlock that. Whoa. Oh my god. Wow, so it automatically lowers that. That's so, whoa. That's so cool. Okay, we got the bedding in here. So I guess this is a con of staying in something like this is you do have to make the bed yourself. Of course, this is a little bit of a hassle. I will say though, I just put the sheet on one time and I didn't take it off throughout the day. So I really don't think it's that much of a hassle. Oh my God, home sweet home. Oh, I've been wanting to do this where I sit here. Imagine my coffee in the morning and this view right now. Like, this is gonna be so, oh, the setting that it's in is really what makes it. You put one of these just in some ugly backyard in LA, the vibes would be completely different. It would feel ugh, but because we're, you know, I'm looking at redwood trees and a vineyard and like, it's just so beautiful. But something that's very cool about this place is that it's a smart home. So there's like this tiny little control panel here where I can control a few things like the lighting. I'm a pretty sensitive sleeper. I like it dark, I like it cold, and I like it quiet. And I think this can achieve all 3 of those things. The automatic shades are a nice touch. Like, then you don't have to do it, you just watch it and you're like, wow. I haven't been in here where it's all fully closed yet. So obviously this is amazing for nighttime, though I don't know why you would ever do this any other time because the windows are gorgeous. They make this space, in my opinion, so I'm gonna put them back up. So my first impression, I really liked it. Yes, it's small, but it's cleverly designed. Let's see how it is living in this for a couple days. It's nice and cold in here, even though it's been like 90, 100 degrees out all day. So love that it can, you know, this mini split is doing its job. This unit actually didn't have the water fully connected yet. It was only working in the kitchen sink area. That's why I got ready to sleep over here. But honestly, I kind of preferred it because there's more counter space and stuff over here. Just make the bed really quick. So this is the real time of me making the bed. Obviously, it's so much easier once you just have the sheet on. I'm just basically throwing the pillows and the duvet back onto the bed. So not too difficult. I guess a little bit of a hassle, but I thought it wasn't too bad. It took like 15 seconds. That's it. Ugh, not me wanting to watch TikToks for like 20 more minutes. No, I should go to sleep. Okay, we got this little Nespresso here. I think I'm the first to actually use this. Let's grab some coffee. This looks good.
Okay, so I slept pretty good in here. I like that it got nice and cold at night, and the morning is just a vibe. Like, this is why if you get one of these, you gotta put it somewhere scenic. The windows, just drinking your coffee. In this setting, it was probably my favorite time of the day here, and I was able to make a little breakfast in here.
So you can, make some simple stuff with a microwave. I'm not a fan of eating in bed. That grosses me out. So let's put this room together. It's kind of heavy. Okay, but I can still do it. Shoving my suitcase there. Okay, we did it. Cool. It's like a whole new room. Okay, I like that they brought the bed texture all the way up the wall because it's actually really comfortable when you sit.
So this is nice, of course, if you want to eat or get some work done, but you do lose that window when you have this up. I mean, there's still plenty of light in here, but I liked it better with the bed down most of the time. But I did put it back up to get ready, like do my hair and makeup and all that.
Unfortunately, the water is not turned on. So that is something to keep in mind with these prefab units. They can take a bit longer to get everything hooked up, like the electrical, the plumbing, the septic system, and everything. There's more money you need to put into that.
If you have all the plumbing and electrical pre-prepared, you could get this thing hooked up in like an hour potentially, but I think in a lot of cases it's going to take a little more time to arrange that with contractors. They have since gotten the plumbing all connected, so this is what it's like when the shower is working in here. It's pretty cool. Since it wasn't quite ready when I was there, I went to the other unit to actually shower.
Hey, we're heading over to the MOne because this one has running water. Cool thing about the MOne is this door, it's almost like a hidden bathroom. It looks like it's just gonna be a pantry, but then you push it in and you're like, wait, there's a whole bathroom in here? And then the lights automatically come on. Do a quick water test. Oh, yup, we got it. So I will say getting ready in here is really nice because the natural light is phenomenal. I feel like, while I do appreciate that nice mirror situation in the bathroom, you just can't beat the natural light we get from these windows here. So
overall, I really liked the unit a lot. I felt very comfortable staying here for a couple days, but I don't think this would be great for full-time living. However, it would be an amazing Airbnb or backyard unit for friends and family to stay. But do the numbers make sense? So the pod, it's about $60,000 to get one that's got all the stuff that you want. But there are quite a few more expenses involved if you want to be able to actually live in this thing or rent it out. The first one being land, of course. Let's use Joshua Tree as an example because I know a bit about that area. And the land is really cheap. You can get an acre for like $50,000 or less. So let's say you buy this plot of land, for example, for $50,000. $50,000 isn't bad, but what really gets you is all the fees that you have to pay to get utilities and everything hooked up. A big one is that water connection fee. I looked it up for this parcel and it would be $22,000. And the property that I'm building on, they estimate it'll be $16,000 for us. All of these costs though really do vary by the location though, because for example, in Seattle, a water connection fee is around $10,000 for a normal size house. In LA, it's about $6,500. Even in Austin, it's about $5,000 for the impact fee. And this is because the more homes that are connected to the city utilities, the more infrastructure like wastewater treatment plants, power plants are needed to support the new construction.
So all of these costs really vary by the location, but for a piece of land with nothing on it, it can easily become $50,000. It is typically less if it is a home and you're adding it as an ADU, but a piece of land from scratch, there are connection fees, there are impact fees, there are all these different fees that you have to pay. So suddenly what started as a $35,000 base model is now $150,000. So for the micro house, I think it really makes more sense as a backyard unit, because if you're adding this into a backyard, it's going to be a lot lower permit and connection fees. It can technically be a manufactured home, which I found has a lot lower permit fees usually, although I'm not an expert on this kind of thing, so really check with your local jurisdiction. And as a backyard unit, you already own the land. I've seen some people are already doing this and they look really cool. Because the thing is, if you're buying a piece of land and you're paying for all the utility hookups, that number doesn't change by the size of the house. Whether it's a $50,000 micro house or $1 million house, utility connection fees are about the same. So you might as well build bigger, right? This company Haus actually does make a bigger one as well that my friend Lauren stayed it in, so I'll show you guys what it's like, although it is quite a bit more expensive. It starts at $200,000, but it kind of easily goes up to $250,000. The cool thing is they have an off-the-grid version, but if you really want to trick it out and make it off the grid, it's gonna be, I mean, almost $400,000.
But still, I'll have Lauren give you guys a tour of this one because it is pretty cool to see what other models they make.
Welcome to the MOne pod. Come on in. Get on in here. My little spaceship is honestly what it feels like. I spent the night here in this lovely pod. It's a lot larger than the other pod that you saw earlier. Here is, I believe it's called just like a kitchenette. Every drawer cabinet kind of has this like hidden thing. You don't know what's a drawer, what's not. There's this one. We've got more. This is how you get in to the trash can. Oh, this has to be the pantry, right? Wrong. It's the bathroom. Sink is automatic, which I do think is really good sustainability-wise. I don't know if I need an automatic sink every single time because sometimes I'd be standing here looking over the mirror and then water splashes up everywhere. Again, with the hidden cabinetries, everything is just built very smart. Hey, I just think that's so fun. Everything is customizable with this iPad on here. If I was like, okay, I want all the lights off, one push of a button on the iPad that says projector, and then, takes a minute. Ooh, ah. Right now, the projector is going down. It is like custom fit to these windows, and the blinds in the background are also going down at the same time. And it's all fit together with Google Home, which is just, it's so smart. It's so efficient. This is the couch, which also pops out into a bed. I wish the couch was a little bit more comfortable, but it is very aesthetically pleasing. And you can move, we've been moving all of this stuff around. We had our movie night last night, and let's just head on to the bedroom. I do also love that they included a little business area. You can sit here, more storage, more storage. This place is full of storage. And this I actually love. Maybe it's the Colorado in me. I love it, I think it's really cool. And then this is where the magic happens. This was like a lot cozier than I was expecting it to be. Should I redo that?
Kind of funny, actually.
Is it? Okay, keep it in. It's a lot cozier than I was expecting it to be. I love that you have your own little panel. Like if I just hit the sleep button, all the lights go out. And because there's a bunk bed, I love that the top bunk gets their very own shelf and outlets, plethora of outlets and electrical things, which we appreciate. And this floating shelf here, which is really nice. Everything's just, again, smart, very efficiently built. This is very easy to adjust. Get some privacy. And you've got a pretty spacious closet, actually. Like I love that there's no dead space in this entire pod. Everywhere that there would be like drywall, the designers were like, nope, we're gonna put a shelf. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know this was here. Tons of storage, all the bedding. I've enjoyed staying in here. This is like, now I feel like we're in the time when everyone's like, big houses, big this, and it's like, this has been very cozy. This has been exactly what I needed.
Overall, this one feels much more realistic to actually live in, and I really like that it has a Scandinavian, kind of European feel to it. What's unique about the MOne is that they really had energy efficiency in mind, so there is an option to make this fully off-grid. The solar panels are very seamlessly integrated. They're completely flush with the roof, and because they've chosen energy efficient appliances, this house is able to go off-grid for a lot longer than most houses would. It does come at a cost though, like I mentioned. It is close to $400,000 if you really do all the upgrades, but those upgrade costs would essentially cancel out any impact or utility connection fees because you wouldn't be connecting to the grid at all. You also would have like no utility bills, so over the lifetime of having this house, that would save you a ton of money.
So the bigger one is pretty cool, but again, I think it is pretty pricey compared to other prefabs and the space.
Especially when you consider this house I made a video about a couple weeks ago. It's 100 square feet bigger and it was built for $158,000. So traditional construction sometimes is still a better price than prefab. They just aren't as energy efficient or resistant to natural disasters.
So those are the prefab units by Haus. Let me know what you guys think of them. Sorry, my voice is kind of going. I really loved the Microhaus. I thought it was really cool, but once I got to the all-in cost, I was like, dang, that's just a lot more than what you initially think it's gonna be. But I do think it would be such a cool glamping setup somewhere, and I bet it would do pretty well on Airbnb too. But I don't think, again, that it's like that practical for living in every day. Like, you could do it, but it's pretty tight. All right, that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of the units down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.